It starts with a sound, a high-pitched whine right next to your ear while you are trying to sleep. Zzz. You slap your face in the dark, you miss, and you wake up the next morning with an itchy red welt on your neck. Mosquitoes. They are the deadliest animals on the planet. They have killed more humans than all our wars combined. So, what if we just deleted them? Imagine it. Tomorrow morning you wake up and they are gone. Every single one of them. Poof! No more bug spray. No more itchy ankles. You could leave your windows open all night. You could hike through a swamp in your shorts. It sounds like absolute paradise, doesn't it? But before you push that button to wipe them out, you need to know the truth. Because if mosquitoes disappear, something terrifying happens to the food chain, and you might not like the consequences. Let's look at the best-case scenario first, because honestly, the benefits are massive. There are over 3,000 species of mosquitoes, but only a handful of them hunt humans, specifically the Aedes and Anopheles mosquitoes. If these vanish, the impact on human health is instant. Malaria? Gone. Dengue fever? Gone. Zika and West Nile virus? History. Right now, mosquitoes kill nearly 1 million people every single year. If they vanish, we're saving 1 million lives annually. Hospitals in Africa, South America, and Asia would suddenly empty out. Economies would boom because people aren't too sick to work. So far, this sounds like a no-brainer. It sounds like we should have done this decades ago. But remember, nature never leaves a vacuum. If you remove a piece of the puzzle, the whole picture changes. Let's travel to the Arctic Tundra. It's cold, it's barren, and surprisingly, it is the mosquito capital of the world. Here, mosquitoes don't just buzz, they form thick black clouds that blot out the sun. It sounds like a nightmare, but for migratory birds, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Millions of birds fly thousands of miles just to eat these insects. If mosquitoes vanish tomorrow, the biomass of the tundra collapses. The birds arrive, and there is no food. They starve, or they don't have the energy to fly back home. If the birds die, the foxes and hawks that eat the birds also starve. Suddenly, an entire ecosystem crashes, all because we wanted to avoid a few itchy bites. And it gets weirder. Did you know mosquitoes can actually move herds of animals? Caribou in the Arctic lose liters of blood to mosquito swarms. To avoid them, caribou migrate against the wind. If the mosquitoes are gone, the caribou change their path. They eat different plants. They trample different soil. The entire landscape of the Arctic changes. But hey, maybe you don't care about the Arctic. Maybe you just care about chocolate. Here's a fun fact most people ignore. Male mosquitoes don't bite. They're vegans. They drink nectar, and that makes them pollinators. While they aren't as efficient as bees, mosquitoes are essential for pollinating specific types of orchids and plants. Some scientists argue that without mosquito-like midges and their cousins, certain crops, like the cacao plant used to make chocolate, would struggle to survive. Imagine a world with no mosquitoes, but chocolate costs $500 a bar. Is it still worth it? Then there are the fish, specifically the gambusia or the mosquito fish. Their entire diet is mosquito larvae. If the larvae disappear from the water, these fish die out. The bigger fish that eat them die out. The freshwater food chain snaps. Our lakes and rivers would become quiet graveyards. But there is one final terrifying twist, a theory that suggests mosquitoes are actually protecting us from ourselves. Think about the Amazon rainforest. Why haven't humans cut it all down yet? Why are there still deep, untouched jungles? Partly, it's because they're inhospitable. They're filled with disease-carrying mosquitoes that keep humans out. Mosquitoes are the guardians of the forest. If you remove the threat of malaria and yellow fever, humans would tear into the deepest parts of the rainforest immediately. Bulldozers would roll in. Cities would rise where ancient trees stand. By killing the mosquito, we might inadvertently kill the lungs of our planet. So, what's the verdict? If mosquitoes went extinct tomorrow, millions of humans would live, but the cost would be a shattered food chain, starving birds, dead fish, and perhaps the destruction of the rainforests. But tell me in the comments, knowing the risks, would you still push the button? Would you trade chocolate and birds for a world without bug bites? If you enjoyed this thought experiment, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what happens in our next timeline.